I will guide you, no problem, Shrikant.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you.
And Bhaskar, did you try? Did you try sign up your account in AWS and GitHub account?
Yes, Shadab, I did of both accounts.
Okay, okay, fine. And Rahul, did you try?
Yes, sir. I created AWS account, sir.
Okay. Mhm. And Pawan, did you try to sign up your account in AWS and
Yes,
your
sir.
account?
Open my account.
Both, right? Or one?
No, sir. Only AWS account I have created, but GitHub I didn't create it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Welcome to Kuncham TPS. This is Shadab Akhtar. You are watching session 2. In this session, I want to discuss about cloud computing model. So what is my agenda? I will go only for 45 minutes today class, and I will cover cloud computing model. I will cover cloud computing model in this session. As I said, cloud computing model further categorized into two forms. First one is known as service model, and service model further categorized into three forms. First one is known as infrastructure as a service, as a service, and then second one is known as platform as a service, and then third one is known as software as a service. Hari, can you mute your mic? Naga. And then third one is a software as a service. And cloud computing model further categorized into another form, deployment model. Deployment model. Deployment model further categorized into three forms. First one is known as public cloud, and second one is known as private cloud, and third one is known as hybrid cloud. So I will cover these topics in a cloud computing model. Cloud computing model further categorized into two forms. First one is known as service model. Second one is known as deployment model. Service model further categorized into three forms. First one is known as infrastructure as a service, and then platform as a service, and software as a service. And deployment model further categorized into three forms. First one is known as public cloud, second one is known as private cloud, and third one is known as hybrid cloud. Before going to discuss these things, I want to recap what we have done so far. In our session 1, we have discussed about build and release, build and release. So build and release is a manual process. So build and release is a manual process in a company, and there is no tracking options in build and release, and there is no automation in build and release. These all are limitation or disadvantages in build and release. There is no automation, and there is no CD and CI and CD pipeline. CI CD pipeline. CI stands for continuous integration, and CD stands for continuous delivery. So there is no CI and CD pipeline. So these all are, drawbacks in a build and release. And then we discussed about already waterfall model in a last session. And waterfall model is a linear sequential model. So it is linear sequential model, and waterfall model is ideal for small project or website or website applications, and it is not ideal. These are all limitations, so I just want to mention here limitations in waterfall model. So limitations are, first thing, there is no iteration. No iteration means um, there are multiple stages in SDLC, software development life cycle, and there are two stages or phases: development stage, and then another one will be testing stage. So within a company or within a Q environment, we want to test application, or company want to test application, that is known as testing stage. So drawback in waterfall model: if the development team will develop application or software and they want to send a code from development stage to testing stage, so it will be a very difficult to go back into the previous stage. So this was a limitation. There is no iteration in a waterfall model. So as I discussed with you, this is one drawback: no iteration, and it is not ideal for enterprise level projects or big projects. Not ideal for big projects or big website or applications, right? So waterfall model is a linear sequential model. It is to look like a waterfall. Once the waterfall from a mountain, this is example, once a waterfall from a mountain, it is very difficult to go back into a previous stage. Waterfall model is ideal for a small project like projects, website applications, and there are some limitation in a waterfall model. No iteration means a if you are going to send a code from development stage to testing stage, it is very difficult to go back if any bugs and issue will come in a testing stage. And it is not ideal for big projects or website or applications. right? So we already discussed SDLC. SDLC stands for Software Development Life Cycle. SDLC, Software Development Life Cycle. Most of the startup company or enterprise level company follow the SDLC, Software Development Life Cycle. So there are multiple phases and stages in SDLC, Software Development Life Cycle. So SDLC stands for Software Development Life Cycle. Okay. So in SDLC, there are multiple phases or stages. So we have discussed about build and release in a last session. Build and release, there is a no, you know, automation, and it is totally manual processes, and there is no tracking options in build and release. There is no automation, and there is no CI/CD pipeline, continuous integration and continuous delivery pipeline. And every company, startup company or enterprise level company, preferred or follow the SDLC, software development life cycle. I discussed many things related to the SDLC, software development life cycle. I discussed um, okay, so I discussed with you multiple phases. First, gathering information. Gathering information or collecting information from customer and client. Collecting information from customer and client or client. This will be a first phase in SDLC, software development lifecycle. Next, admin phase, and then development phase, and we discussed also architect phase in our last session. So architect phase,
Sir, architect phase is nothing but a designing,
yeah, designing and prototyping for website or application.
like wireframes.
Okay. And admin phase for preparing infrastructure, for example, creating a virtual machine, and um, launching a server, so on and so forth, and preparing a network, etc. So admin phase, like a database creation. So here is a admin phase, or sometime database team will be a different. So admin phase and then development phase. So development phase means here is developer will involved, like a Java developer, C Sharp developer, Python developer, Go developer, Ruby developer, JSON developer, YAML developer, etc. So development phase, and then testing phase, and then support support phase, or sometime you can say monitoring phase, or maintenance phase. Maintenance. So these steps or less or more steps comes under the SDLC as per the startup company, enterprise level company, or government project hosted. So SDLC stands for Software Development Lifecycle. We have discussed in our last session. So first step will be a collecting information from customer or client, and then architect phase or prototype phase. Sometimes is known as architect, or sometimes is known as prototype phase. Then admin phase, preparing infrastructure for example, launching virtual machine, prepare a server, installation, configuration kind of stuffs. Then development phase. So here will be a development team like a Java, .NET, C Sharp, Python, Go, Ruby, programming language, JSON, YAML, etc. And then testing phase. And in a testing phase, testing team will test application website. And then support phase sometimes is known as monitoring phase or maintenance phase. These comes under SDLC. Most of the startup company or enterprise level company preferred these steps. And then we have discussed about a waterfall model in a last session. So, so waterfall model follow SDLC, software development life cycle. We have discussed about a waterfall model. It is a linear sequential model, look like a waterfall. Once the water will fall from a mountain, it will be a very difficult to go back. So this is a limitation. So it is ideal for a small project, website or application. And there are multiple limitation in a waterfall model. First thing, there is no iteration. So here is a development stage, as I mentioned in SDLC, development stage or phases, and then testing phase. So once development team will develop particular project or application, they want to send a code to the testing teams. If the in a testing there is any bugs or issue, it will be a very difficult to go back into a previous stage in a waterfall model. That's why agile methodology came into the existence. Another, limitation in a waterfall model, not ideal for a big project or website or applications. So after waterfall model, agile methodology came into the existence, as we discussed in a last session. So agile methodology eth- agile methodology came into the existence. In agile methodology, here is a iteration. Iteration means it is easy to send a code from development stage to testing stage. So there is no problem in agile methodology. It is iteration from a development stage to testing stage or testing stage to development stage, until or unless team will be satisfied related to the project or related to the website or related to the application. So here is iteration, and it is ideal for speed. It is ideal for speed in agile methodology. Your software development will be very fast. But there is an issue in agile methodology. As I discussed, there are two things. First thing, QA environment. QA means within a company you want to test application. And we already discussed about production environment. Production means you want to release, or your company want to release application, software or project. So problem is in agile methodology, everything is working fine in a QA. Once you are going to send same code into a production environment, you are facing issue in production environment. There are multiple regions. See, versions issue maybe you can face, patches issue you can face, infrastructure issue you can face, and other issues you can face. uh, these all are the issues related to your website or application in agile methodology. So it is ideal for iteration, it is ideal for speed and performance, but there are limitation in agile methodologies. So limitations in agile methodology. So or projects or website, and then application will work fine in QA. QA means with testing environment in a company, but project will not work on a production environment. will not work in production environment due to a lot of, maybe there are a lot of issue, like versions issues, like you know operating system configuration issue, or many more. Okay, then DevOps methodology came into the existence after Agile methodology. So we have discussed about DevOps methodology. So DevOps methodology, it is a click compound of development tools as well as operation tools. So as a DevOps engineer, you will be a responsible person of DevOps development tools as well as operation tools. So you will be a responsible person for development tools and operation tool, and you will be a responsible person to prepare a prepare pipeline. Pipeline means a CI and CD pipeline. CI and CD pipeline, continuous integration and continuous delivery pipeline. If you want to make a pipeline in AWS, then you need AWS account first, and then in AWS account, you have to sign up with aws.amazon.com, and you can proceed with free. So you can proceed with free aws.amazon.com free, and you can sign up your account. So you have to give your email address. You have to provide email address. So email address should be unique. Then you have to provide password. Don't disclose your password to anyone else. If you are working with your company AWS account, or you are working with your personal account, so you need password. And then you have to provide your, you know debit or credit card detail. Credit card detail. So three cards will acceptable in AWS. You can proceed with Visa card, or MasterCard, or American Express card. These three cards will be acceptable in AWS, and your account will be active in couple of hours. Then you need a tools. If you are going to make a pipeline, you need a tools. So we have already mentioned a tools. What tools we will cover in our course? So my agenda will be, in a first module, I will cover a Linux, and then in a second module, I will cover AWS, Amazon Web Services, and then in a third module, I will cover DevOps, development and operation tools. So this will be my agenda. I will cover first Linux basics, as well as we will go for AWS, and then we will go for DevOps tools. So these things we have discussed so far in a last session. DevOps methodology. So we will cover tools, like we will cover a Git, we will cover GitHub Git is a version control system, and we will cover GitHub. It is version control system, VCS, version control system. And then GitHub will be a cloud repository where you can keep your projects or updates. And then we will cover Apache Tomcat manually as well as for automation. Apache Tomcat. And it is a server, or sometimes is known as container, or you can say container or a server, whatever you want. Then we will cover Jenkins. Jenkins will be a continuous integration server. Continuous integration server. Okay, so from your GitHub, Apache Tomcat, and Jenkins, it is known as CI. As I already discussed, this is known as CI, continuous integration server. And then QN production environment will be continuous delivery. So as I discussed, DevOps means you will be a responsible person to take care of development tools as well as operation tools. And then DevOps further categorized into two forms, CI and CD, continuous integration and continuous delivery. So if you are going to prepare these tools, so it means you are under CI, continuous integration, from Git, GitHub, Apache Tomcat, Jenkins. CD means you want to deliver in a QA environment or production environment. QA or production environment. So there are a lot of opportunity in a market right now related to the DevOps with AWS, because there are very less resources in a market. So if you are familiar with these tools, you have a lot chances to get a jobs, or definitely you will get a job, because there are a lot lot jobs available in a startup company as well as in a enterprise level company. So we will cover Ansible, and then we will cover Ansible will be a configuration management tool. Configuration management tool. We will cover configuration management tool, and we will cover Docker. Docker is a containerization container. And we will cover Kubernetes. So Kubernetes will be a container orchestration. You can say orchestrator. And we will cover Artifactory. And we will cover Maven. And many more tools we will cover in this course. So far we have discussed about these things. We have discussed about build and release. We have discussed about SDLC, software development lifecycle. We have discussed about waterfall model and limitation of waterfall model. We have discussed about agile methodology and limitation of agile methodology. We have discussed about DevOps methodology, and what tools we'll cover, and we have discussed about cloud concepts, little bit about the cloud concepts. So we have discussed about what is cloud. So let's understand again about what is cloud. There are two things. First thing, before going to discuss a cloud, I want to discuss about few things. On premises, or sometimes is known as traditional IT culture. IT culture, and sometime known as corporate data center, data center, or sometime known as company data center. So these terms are same. See, on-premise environment, traditional IT culture, corporate data center, or company data center. These terms are same. So it means your company is working with own data center or company data center. And if you want to go for cloud, so hundred of cloud vendors available in a market. So first, let's understand about cloud vendor available in the market. Different cloud vendor available in the market. Cloud vendors. So first will be AWS. Why we choose AWS? Because it is a leading organization all over the globe. Leading organization or company all over the globe. Last 10 years, AWS is a leading organization all over the globe. And Google Cloud is available, Microsoft Azure, and then Google Cloud, and then I Salesforce Cloud, and then IBM Cloud, and Alibaba Cloud, Citrix Cloud, Zoho Cloud, etc. So 100 cloud vendors available in a market. Let's understand on-premise traditional IT culture and corporate data center and company data center means your company is going to maintain data center, hardware resources, routing, switching kind of stuffs. If you are going for cloud, so there are multiple vendors available in the market. So our course is DevOps with AWS. But in a market, leading cloud vendors available in the market: AWS, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud, Salesforce, IBM, etc. 100 of cloud vendors available in the market. But leading organization is Amazon Web Services. See, so far around 46% startup company or enterprise level company directly or indirectly connected with AWS. This is the beauty of AWS. Last 10 years, Amazon Web Services is a leading organization. And let's understand about what is cloud as we discussed in our last session. So cloud is nothing but, if I will say remote data center, it would not be wrong. Remote data centers, and you or your company is not going to maintain anything. You or your company is not going to maintain data center. AWS is going to maintain data center. So remote data cloud means a remote data center, or you or your company is not going to maintain data center. And we already discussed about cloud computing. Cloud computing means various option to access resources from data center. And there are multiple advantages in a cloud. So advantages of cloud, what are advantages in a AWS cloud? See, first thing, good news for a trainee, good news for AWS account holder, good news for client and customer. You can start as free. You can start as free in AWS till 1 year. So you can use resources free till 12 months. And then you will find multiple option for regions, means multiple data centers. And it is a cheap cloud. Cloud is cheap, and you can change data center within a couple of seconds or minutes. So change data center easily. And then no need to maintain hardware resources. No need to maintain hardware resources. And there are many more advantages. So what are advantages in a cloud? You can use as a free till 12 months. This is good news for AWS account holder or client and customers. And you can use multiple data center or regions for your website or services. And then cloud is cheap. You will find various options. And then you can go for on demand as per your use case. For example, you need a virtual machine, and this virtual machine you can use only for 3 months. So you can go on demand, you can launch this virtual machine for 3 months. After 3 months, you can terminate this virtual machine. So on demand options available in a cloud. You can go ahead with on demand, and you can proceed with reserve reserve kind of resources, reserve instances. Reserve means you can go for commitment or agreement with Amazon for 1 year or 3 years. Okay, and many more advantages available. Let's understand now these things we have discussed already. So as I said, you can sign up your account in AWS, or you can sign up account into a GitHub. So before going to do that kind of stuff, hands-on and practical, I want to discuss about cloud computing models. So cloud computing model further categorized into two forms. First one is known as service model and second one is known as deployment model. Service model further categorized into three forms. First one is infrastructure as a service, second one is known as platform as a service, and third one is known as software as a service. And deployment model further categorized into three forms. First one is known as public cloud, second one is known as private cloud, and third one is known as hybrid cloud. So I want to show you the pictorial representation so that you can understand well. This is a pictorial representation for infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. So for example, your company need own data center or own premise resources or traditional IT culture, local environment, corporate data center, and company data center. First of all, your company need space. Your company need, you know, hardware resources, routing and switching kind of stuffs. And your company need to maintain applications, runtimes, security and integration, databases, servers, and virtualization, server hardware, storage, and networking. These things your company need. Obviously, your company need time and your company need resources. And if you are going for cloud environment, I discuss with you cloud computing model. Cloud computing model further categorized into three forms. First one is known as infrastructure as a service. Second one is known as platform as a service. And third one is known as software as a service. In infrastructure as a service, it is more closer to traditional IT culture, local environment, physical server, on-premise environment, corporate data center, company data center. And you are going to maintain only applications, runtime, security and integrity, databases, and server. Rest of the thing is managed by the cloud vendor or cloud provider, like virtualization, server hardware, storage, and networking. So you will find a plain virtual machine here, and you can install, you can do whatever you want. And in a platform as a service, it is ideal for developer. For example, you are a developer and you want to work with your virtual machine with code like a Java, .NET, etc. Then you should focus on your application. Rest of the thing is managed by the cloud vendor or cloud provider, like runtime, security integrity, databases, servers, virtualization, server hardware, storage, and networking is maintained by AWS. And you should focus on your development or application or website. If you are working with software as a service, so nothing you have to maintain, just you have to pay and use service. For example, I give already example yesterday, Google Drive. If you are not under the free tier, so you have to pay for Google Drive, and you can upload your data and data will maintained by Google, and you don't know where is your data and in which place your data exists or persists. Just you are going to use service and rest of the thing is managed by Google. This comes under software as a service. And then deployment model further categorized into three forms: public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. See, in deployment model further categorized into three forms: public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. Before going to discuss deployment model, I want to show you how you can sign up your account in AWS. Let me go ahead, and then I want to move forward with new incognito window. Then I want to give here aws.amazon.com and then / free. You can proceed to create your account. There are options: create AWS account in the right hand side upper corner, and this option available in left hand side also, create a free account. And now I'm gonna click on create a free account. You have to give email address and you have to provide a password, then confirm password. AWS account name, this will be a root account name. So we have to follow step 5, 1 to 5. For example, I want to go for email address. So let me check out. I want to check out email address. Let me check out this one, and I want to proceed with Shadab Akhtar 798617, and I want to give here a password. And then confirm password. And I want to give here a account name. In my case, does not match. Mm-mm. And I want to give here a password. As Shadab Akhtar, showing here an account with this email already exists. So you have to go for unique email address and you have to follow the steps. Let me check out another email address if I have, because I have already account with same email address. I already have account. So let me go ahead with this one, first one. And then I'm gonna click on continue step. Okay, so see, this is a second step, and we have to go for if you are going for your business, then you have to select a business. Otherwise, you can proceed with personal for your own projects. So let me select here a personal, and then I want to give here a description, Shadab Akhtar, and I want to select here a country. So first we have to give a full name, then contact number, and then we have to select a country or region. In my case, I want to go for India, and then, okay, let me go ahead with same address, and I want to select this checkbox. I have a read and agree to the terms of the AWS customer agreement. I'm gonna click on continue. Then see one more, credit or debit card added here. So AWS is very fast in modify the things or update the things. Visa, Master, American Express, and Discover. So we have to provide credit or debit card details, and then we can proceed. If you have a pen, then you can give a detailed description. Otherwise, you can proceed with no. So let me proceed with my debit or credit card details. Let me go ahead. So I want to go for 522 and 2500 1214 and 4770 and then 1124. And then I want to go for CVV 983, and then I want to go for no, and I'm gonna click on verify and continue steps. Okay, so showing here merchant and transaction account amount will be 2 rupees. Let me go ahead with OTP. See, confirm your identity. So I want to go for text message, and I want to select here a country, India, and then my contact number. And I want to go for security checks here, and I'm gonna click on send SMS and then verify code. 0347, and I'm gonna click on continue. See, I'm under the basic support and free, and these facility will be available. Recommended for new user just getting started with AWS. 24 into 7 self-service access to AWS resources for account and billing issues only, access to personal health dashboard and trusted advisor. Let me proceed, and I'm gonna click on complete sign up. Showing here congratulations, thanks you for signing up for AWS. I'm gonna click on go to AWS Management Console, and I'm gonna click on sign into console. Let me proceed with my email address, and then security checks, and I'm gonna click on submit, and the password, and I'm gonna click on sign in. So in a right hand side, you can see name of account holder Shadab Akhtar with region Ohio. Default region will be Ohio. So you should go with your nearest region. So in my case, I want to select here Asia Pacific Mumbai. If I will verify my account is active or not, I want to click on all services. I'm gonna click on all services, and then I want to go ahead with EC2, showing here your service sign up is almost complete. So after a couple of hours, my account will be active. Hope that you are able to understand. So far we have discussed about these topics. In our next, we will cover, you know, deployment model, public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. So far we have discussed these things. So if you have any question, feel free to ask me till here. Do you have any questions, Shrikant?
No, sir, clear.
Okay, Bhaskar, do you have any question?
No, sir, it's fine.
Okay, Rahul.
No, sir. Clear.
Okay, Hari.
No, sir.
Okay, Pavan.
Sir, but I have a doubt. As
Mhm.
a DevOps engineer, we can deploy the project into the server.
Yeah, we can deploy.
Okay. So, and also we can release the project into the live.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Come.
Okay. Thank you. So tomorrow we'll connect at same time. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye. Take care.